Hello, welcome to my channel. I was just had completed that new con event, and that was pretty fun. Kind of got me re-fired up. Looking forward to some of the season 2 rules. I actually made a video with the season 2 rules, but somehow it stopped. So I'm gonna have to do another one on my breakdown of the season 2 rules. But since NewCon, I actually got an email from Operation Sting. It's over in Chicago. This is an event that's basically kind of mirrors the Adepticon rules, and it's been sold out since Adepticon. I was on the waiting list, so somebody dropped off and they sent me an email, and fortunately I'm off this weekend, or November 5th weekend, so I'm going. I already bought my ticket, and I'm pretty excited about it. The tournament organizer requested that I bring a Axis army, if at all possible, and so it is possible. I have my British completed probably 90%, well, or more from what I want to take. Just needed to do some work on some stuff. French, I just ran those at Bug Eater. So Germany was the first army I put together, and it's a nice challenge. It gives me a little less than 30 days to put together my German army for a 1251 platoon season 2 or second edition event. I don't think we're going to have the new. There's 4 army rules for the Germans. 2 of them are pre-existing, but they do apply to vehicle mount machine guns. And then the leadership buff, and then there's called Blitzkrieg, and then I think there's one other one, but they are vague. It doesn't really say in the bolt action warlord page what they are. It's supposed to give the leaders an additional buff. But so I'm going to go with the Germans. I'm going to get them all prepped up. And so here's what I'm kind of looking at. I went ahead and made an army list, and you can take a theater selector. So I'm going to be taking 1944 Defense of the East. So why I made it an army now is because my German army is not 2-day event tournament ready. If I want to try to place anywhere near the top, and actually this event looks like it's pretty well prize supported, so it's pretty sweet stuff. And NWS Online is sponsoring it. I've seen some of the posts on their Facebook page, Operation Sting, and they've got looks like some pretty cool prize support, and I want to try to have a chance for that. So you need to do more than just win your event tournament matches. You need to have a good paint score, you need to have a good theme score, and sportsmanship I never had a problem with. So as opposed to in the past where you look at taking the best stuff, I'm taking something very odd. Oh, Tiger Fear is the other rule, and so we won't know how that affects this tournament. I don't think it'll help, but I do think that some people will be taking. I thought this at Adepticon, and it turned out really not to be the case. I'm steering away from tanks. I thought about taking a Tiger or a Panzer III. I wouldn't mind a Panzer III with the light anti-tank gun. I think that's a good value tank, 8 armor, the 2 machine guns. But I'm taking another thing that gives you some paint points is conversion stuff. So what I'm going to be taking is basically, I have to paint them up, and I'll go ahead and zoom in a little. You can see my Germans. I'll bring it right down here. Take a look at my Germans. I've got a second lieutenant because we're going to be using the Snap 2 rules, and so I'll get the +2 bonus. I don't know what the German ability that gives a better leadership bonus, but whatever. I've got these models modeled up. I only have so many assault rifles in my army, but I'm taking a lieutenant with a submachine gun, and his helper here, he's got a little booklet and a submachine gun. So those are going to be my lieutenant. I do like the Snap 2 rule. When we did that demo, that was very handy. And for the type of army I'm going to be running, I think it'll be used quite a bit. So next thing I have 2 here Grenadier squads. I debated a bit about taking 10-man squads because you get that extra bonus. I don't think that I was torn between taking a light machine gun for 20 points or 2 extra guys. I didn't have the points that I wanted to do what I want to do in my army otherwise. So I'm going with my 8-man squads. They're very versatile squads, though. They're two regular squads. These are pretty much painted too. I like the paint color scheme. I got the decals on the helmets. The only thing I need to do is maybe go through my bases, clean up some bases from some wear and tear, and then I've got all these little grass tufts that I've picked up at the local hobby store, and I will be adding some grass tufts to these to really make them pop. But I've got a light machine gun, so I'm taking a light machine gun because I get the buzzsaw rule. I do like that extra range, and since this unit is basically going to be versatile, no matter what they come across, I want to be able to deal with it. So they got a light machine gun, they got 2 assault rifles. I did not put the assault rifle on an NCO. That way I make the people choose. I know I could re-roll an NCO on a 4, 5, or 6, but I make them choose NCO or specialized weapon if I get hit with a sniper. Snipers are better in this version. I've got 2 Panzerfausts in here, and then just 2 riflemen. So I'm cranking out enough shots. If I do have to move and fire, I got 4 shots with no movement penalty. I got the 4, so 5 shots out of a light machine gun and 2 Panzerfausts. My army, almost every unit has Panzerfausts in it because I'm not taking a tank. So I'm planning to be able to deal with any medium or larger tanks. It's going to have to be with Panzerfaust, and that's dicey, I know, but I got another squad exact same as that squad, and then then we get down to where I really kind of built my list around, and I'm going to be going with the assault engineer squad, and they are 8 men strong. I thought about doing a smaller one, but I want 1 8-man squad, and these guys need a lot of work. I don't have the assault engineer box set. I only have just guys. So these are the ones, if you watch some of my other videos, I've been complaining about how blue they are. I've been redoing some guys to make them more gray. So I've got to work on these guys, and then I need to probably add some extra bits and pieces to them to really kind of make them distinguish into an assault engineer squad. As opposed, I mean, they do have a flamethrower. So I'm running an 8-man assault engineer squad. All these, like I said, are under the 1944 Defense of the East theater selector. So there's an NCO with submachine gun, a flamethrower, a rifleman who will be his assistant, 5 infantry with submachine gun, and 2 of my submachine gunners have Panzerfausts. Or actually, one of the riflemen does. But yeah, I only have so many Panzerfausts in my collection, so I have to disperse them out. So I'm planning to deliver most of my troops with 2 trucks. I have 1 truck here. It's actually Alan's. Alan doesn't base his stuff, so I'm going to get some sticky tack and put it on the wheels, and I will make a base for it, and I'll just sticky tack to it. He doesn't have any of his vehicles based, but I want mine to kind of match. So this is Alan's. I am putting a medium machine gun on this, so I'm going to have to come up with an idea to make a medium machine gun team. I'm thinking about taking an MG42 and making some kind of circular base, paint it black, put a MG42 type of diorama on there, and then I'll just annotate it by putting it on the truck. That way, I'm worse at remembering that my trucks have machine guns. For the 15-point upgrade, with version 2, it can still fire. Even when it's unloaded, the truck is regular, so it won't take a penalty. So I'll be able to give my teams maybe some fire support with my trucks after they dislodge their troops. I did order another truck, basically the same truck, from Warlord Games, so hopefully that will be here on time. Otherwise, I think I'll have to use a British truck or something. It should be here on time, because if that's the last thing for me to do, I can pre-make the base for it to go on and just stick it on, paint it up and stick it on there. So anyway, getting back to my army list, my next 2 things, I'm taking Waffen SS squads. I'm taking 2 of them. They're only 6 men. So all my veterans in my army are going to be in the gray uniforms. And I think that helps my opponent trying to differentiate which one's which. So they'll be gray. And it's going to be a 6-man Waffen SS squad. I did pay the 3-point upgrade for Fanatics. 1, because I like the character of it. 2, because now that Fanatics got a little bit better, in fact, because it works against shooting. So if I lose 3 guys, they don't break. If you lose half, they don't break. And it's only a 6-man squad, but planning to bring them in a truck. I got 2 6-man Waffen-SS squads, so they can all go in one truck if they want to, or they can, yeah, go in one truck, and then they can hop out. One of them is equipped with all submachine guns, 5 submachine guns and 2 Panzerfaust, and the NCO actually has an assault rifle. And then I have another squad with 6 men, and they all have assault rifles. So it's 5 infantry with assault rifles and an NCO with an assault rifle. It's a lot of firepower, especially if they can get close with a truck. I haven't really looked at the scenarios too much as far as the new scenarios. If we're running those, I'm thinking we might run one like a Decepticon. I'll have a lot of mobility to get somewhere. I don't have a lot of staying power other than I'm veterans. I have Panzerfaust, but to keep tanks away. But next I'm taking just a 6-man Grenadier squad. These are regulars. They're veterans though, and I'm going to, and I have to get some of them. I have to order a set, but I'm gonna give them 4 Panzerfaust. So max out Panzerfaust. If there is a tank in the game, these guys, their job is to keep it at bay. Either destroy it by firing 4 Panzerfaust at it, or keep it at bay from my combat troops. Then I'm taking 2 medium machine gun teams, mainly just because they're cool and they finally are worth kind of taking. They're both at regular, so they normally have 5 shots. I'll have 6 shots. Same with the medium machine guns that are on my 2 trucks. I'll have 6 shots. So I have a lot of medium machine gun firepower. I have some close-in killing power. The only thing I don't have is ranged heavy stuff so much. But what I am taking, I'm taking a little Pak 36, and I like this model. It's kind of unimposing, and I upgraded it for 15 points to the Stalingrad 41 ammo. So it actually gets +6 penetration at short range. So it's basically a heavy anti-tank gun at up to 24 inches away. That will ruin somebody's day. They can't ignore it. And that's at regular. And then the last thing I have is this model here. And basically I made it's a conversion of a Opel Blitz truck. I took my quad gun and I stuck it on the back, and I cut these to open them up. And I'm going to actually use the trailer on a platform just for the visual effect. Once I get it done, I have some sanding, I'm going to clean that up, and I'm going to make a little stowage kit on the back. This is the armored cab version, so I'm going to be doing some conversion stuff with these little plates that I have. Maybe try to put them over the windows or something. So hopefully I'll get some conversion points. If I do well with my combat skill, that may come in. But so anyway, look, I got a lot of work to do as far as getting ready for this event. But I am really excited and motivated for it. Another thing it does is it brings my German army, at least a portion of it, up to above tabletop minimum when I'm done with it. With those grass tufts, with cleaning up some of the stuff, finishing up some of these guys. I really like the way they look. When you look at them, you can see it's probably not very bright, but I think he looks great. But if you look at some of the webbing and straps, I skipped a lot of those processes when I was getting them ready. So I've got 2 trucks and the quad AA gun. The quad AA gun is throwing out 8 shots. It's going to be an infantry killer. It can't do much to armor, but it's got a half track so it can drive wherever it wants to, and then unleash some 360 degree fire, because it is 360. It's an AA gun, so it fires on an AA platform, so it can shoot 360 degrees without taking a turn and fire penalty. If somebody does have an air observer, I do have a lot of anti-air. I got 2 medium machine guns on my trucks, and then I got this thing. So that's pretty much my list I'm going to be taking. I'm renowned for changing my mind as it gets closer, but I got work to do, and I don't want to paint something up and then change my mind. There's a lot of other ways I could have gone with my army list. I'm hoping that having the additional infantry squads will help me in capturing objectives. I got my 2 trucks. Their job is to get things to the objectives or get to a good piece of terrain fast, then unload them, and then just kind of hang back and help throw down some machine gun fire. Yeah, so anyway, pretty excited. I'm going to be working on this tonight. I actually have the night off. I'm going to be working on this. And as I'm uploading some of my other, I got a Tank Wars battle that I need to upload. I've got this, that game 3, it's been saving. It gave me an error code, so I had to resave it. And I'll get that posted up. Alright, so thanks for watching.